Let's suppose we want to add and subtract mixed numbers. Let's say 2 2/3 plus 1 4/5. These are mixed numbers. They have the integer and the fraction part, both of them. So basically, what this is 2 plus 2/3 plus 1 plus 4/5. You can add the integers together. This is one way. So you have 3. But then you have to add these two. So positive 2/3, the fractions, plus 4/5. This is a lucky situation. Why? Because 3 and 5 have no common factors. And we know what happens when, or what is the least common denominator when we have no common factors. What is it? When the denominators have no common factors, the least common denominator is
3 times 5.
Exactly, so it's 15. Remember how we dealt with the adjustments last time? This needs to be multiplied by 5, and this needs to be multiplied by 3. Everyone remembers this? Is this okay so far? I'm sorry?
Okay, I was just making sure you can hear me.
Yes, I can. Good. So then we have 5 times 2 is 10 plus 3 times 4 is 12. Good. So I still have 3 plus, and this is 22 over 15. I cannot simplify it, but I must take the integers out because this is an improper fraction. So I will write 3 plus 1 integer and 7 over 15. But this is basically exactly the same thing with 3 plus 1 plus 7 over 15, or 4 and 7 over 15. So that's one way. The other option is to put the integers back in. If you find that that is easier, you can do that. Okay, so that's another option. The numbers will be a little bit more cumbersome to work with, but you are going to get the same answer. Okay. So what will be the other option then? 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8, so it's 8/3 plus 1 times 5 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9, so 9/5. The same least common denominator is 15. This needs a 15 and this needs a 3. So 48 plus 27, and you get 67 over 15. And you have to take the integers out. And you will get a 4 and 7 over 15. Because 67 divided by 15 is 4. 4 times 15 is 60, and the remainder is 7. You can say this is too long, I want this. Fine. You choose. So this is how we add, and let's subtract now. So let's say 2 2/3 minus 7 1/5. And we're going to look at the book and the assignments, and maybe we get something more interesting. If you find that this is easier, that's fine. So then we have 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8/3 minus, not plus, sorry. 35 plus 1, 36 over 5. The same idea. Find the least common denominator. So 36 over 5, find the least common denominator, which is 15. Again, multiply this by 5, multiply this by 3. So we have 40 minus 108. Subtract. Since 108 is much stronger and its sign is negative, then we will have to transfer the negative sign over to the result. So we have 108 minus 40, which is 68. Again, we have to take the integers out. So this is negative outside, and again 4, and then 8 divided by 50. In the same way, we subtract two negative mixed numbers. This is one positive, one negative. Two positives, two negatives will be the same. Any questions so far? Now let's see how we multiply and divide. So let's say we have 2 3/4 multiplied by 5 1/2. Remember, when we multiply and divide, we do not need the least common denominator. We do not. Here we have no choice. We have to put the integers in or back in. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 3 is 11, fourth. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11, halves. 11 over 2. So now I multiply the numerators. I cannot simplify. I would have simplified immediately. In a product, we are allowed to, only factors. So 121 divided by 8. If they want the answer as a mixed number, then I have to take the integers out. 12 divided by 8 is 1. And then we have 41, which is 5 and 1/8. Any questions on how to multiply mixed numbers? Okay, so let's say I'm going to divide the same thing. 2 3/4 divided this time by 5 1/2. 1/2. Okay, so the same thing, I have 11/4, but this time divided by 11/2. I cannot try or ever think of simplifying factors in a division, ever. I have 11/4. I have to flip the fraction, 2 over 11, so I can multiply, because division is basically a multiplication of the first fraction times the multiplicative inverse of the second one. And yes, I'm happy because now I see I can simplify, and I simplify only in the product by 11 and then by 2. So the simplified form of this division is 1/2. Any questions? I'm going to share my screen then. Any questions for me, please? Any questions? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and let's take a look. Practice operations with mixed numbers. Let's see what's in here. Okay, so I'm just going to click on one so I can have all of them open and then decide. Grab the fraction of the, on a number line. Okay, why not? Let's start with this. So we have 5/4, but you know we have to take the integers out. It's 1 and 1/4, sorry, which means 0, 1, 2. So this is 1, but it's 1, and when I divvy up the next unit into 4, why 4? 4 units, then from 0 till this point is 5/4, or 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Good. Remember, it's your obligation to stop me if you have any questions. The same thing. you have to take the integers out. So let's take the integers out. Let's do also the negative, a negative one, a negative number. So this is -1 and 3 over 8, which means if this is 0 and this is 1 and this is 2, -2, -1, the -1 is here. I have to divide this unit into 8 pieces and take 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. This distance is -1 and 3/8. Any questions on this? Any questions? Are we okay? Okay, moving on. If you don't say anything, then I don't know if you follow, if you're with me, if you need help, if you don't need help, so please say something. We know how to change the improper fraction into mixed number. We know this too. We know how to change it back into an improper fraction. We know this. There is nothing here. Okay, so now stop me because we got to multiplying. Stop me if you want to work on any of these problems. So the first one was a multiplication. Now this is a division of mixed numbers. Please stop me if you want to work on any of these. If it's a yes, please say yes. But we can go back. So this is 11. Nobody says anything. Does it mean that this is, so this is already subtraction.
Can you help us with show us some subtraction?
Yes. So let's go back to, and you tell me which one. Did you pick one?
That one right there, the negative.
This one. Perfect.
Yep.
Excellent. Very good. So let's work on this one. So we have -1 and 1/7 minus -5 and 2 over 35. Excellent. Good. And Sarah, which one did you want to like? Well, we can go back when we finish this one. Okay. So let's say we put the integers in. 1 times 7 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. So this is -8 over 7. 5 times 35. So 35 times 5. I think it's 18. No, 2 and 15, 17. So 175, and I have to add the 2. So the negative, the opposite of a negative number, will become positive. And what we got is 175 plus 2, which is 177 over 35. So far, so good? So remember, there is an imaginary -1, or you say the opposite of a negative number, or you say negative times negative is positive. At this point, it's still an easy situation. What is the least common denominator?
35.
Perfect. So then this needs a 5. 7 times 5 is 35. So this is -40 plus 177. -40 plus 177 will be a positive number, meaning 177 minus 40, which is 137 divided by 35. Now you have to read the fine print when you enter the answer, so you don't have to redo the problem. So simplify your answer. Type an integer, proper fraction, or a mixed number. This is not a proper fraction. So I have to take the integers out. So when I look at the calculator and I divide 137 by 35, I get 3 integers. So I'm going to write, for now, this is 3 integers. But now I have to determine the remainder. How do I determine the remainder? From 137, I subtract 3 times 35. So back to,
105.
yes. So 135, 137, and we subtract 35 times 3. And that's what you get, 32. So that is the remainder. You can always check by multiplying 3 times 35 if you need to. You shouldn't, but plus 32, just to make sure that this indeed gives us 137, and it does. So please always read the fine print before you enter the answer, so you don't miss points for nothing. Is this okay? Okay, Sarah, which one you had in mind? I'm sorry I didn't.
That's okay. Number 7.
Very good. Let's look at 7. Good. Marcy multiplied the two mixed numbers and got the following results. Okay, so I don't care what you did. We just have to multiply 2 and 1/3 by 2 and 1/5 and see what we get. And then we'll go back and read whatever she did. When we multiply and divide mixed numbers, we have to put the integers back in. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7/3 times 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Unfortunately, there is nothing I can do to simplify, so I have 7 times 11, which is 77, and 3 times 5, which is 15. I have to take the integers out.
5 and 2/5.
5 indeed, because 5 times 15 is 75, and 2 over 15. Now we can look and see what she did. Good, we have our answer. Good, so she multiplied, this is impossible, because we cannot multiply mixed numbers without putting the integers back in. So, did not change the mixed number to improper fractions before she multiplied. Did not invert the second fraction. No, it's not an inversion of the second fraction because it's multiplication. She added the mixed numbers instead of multiplying them. No. No, she didn't. She didn't. Marcy did not borrow from the before she multiplied. No. Good. Is this okay? We just did this one. Let's continue. Okay, so please choose if you feel like it's not super clear and we need to work on more. It's okay. I want you to say something, please. Let's look at this one. So -5 plus 4 and 7/9. This is a good one.
Just looking at it, it's 2 9s.
Was it 2?
2 9s.
And I copied forward.
Oh no, I was just doing the math in my head.
Oh, okay. So, indeed, one option would be that. So, in this case, you can write -5 plus 4 plus 7 over 9. -5 plus 4 is -1. Plus 7 over 9, you have to be careful. Because -1, if you look at something, whatever over 9, this is indeed -9 over 9. Why did I write it like this? Because of the next denominator.
-2.
Indeed. So this is -2 over 9. We have to write the same denominator. It's the same denominator, so -9 plus 7. Remember, the sign, when we add and subtract, must go with the numerator, not with both. That would be a positive sign. So that's why the final answer is -2 9. Is this okay? Okay, moving on. Let's see what else is here. A model for a proposed computer chip measures 1/5 inch by 1 1/5 inches. Find its area. So, when we multiply 1/5 by 1 1/5,
It's 20
okay? So we keep 1/5 as is, but we have to put the integers in here. 1 times 5 is 5, 5 plus 1 is 6. So this will be indeed 6 over 25. And it cannot be further simplified. And this is inches squared. We multiplied inches by inches. We did not add apples to apples. We multiplied. So the measurement unit is the measurement unit for the area. Any questions? Is this okay? Okay, the same thing with the area. Use a given recipe to make 4 times the recipe. How many cups of chocolate chips do you need? Okay.
100. 14.
Okay. So we have to subtract to mix numbers. Okay, I think we should work on this one, 29. Let's see what else. When I go back, it's going to give me a different problem, but slightly different. Find the unknown length. Right, that's 32. Okay, so let's select from here. I think 29 should be our first. Two-thirds of the total length of pipe required for a new storm sewer project must be stored offsite at the start of the construction. 2/3. So, oops. So this is the entire pipe. And when I divide it into 3, this is 2/3. This is 1/3. How do I know? Because 2/3 plus 1/3 make the whole thing.